Hey everyone, before we dive into today's story, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and don't forget to drop a comment about what you would have done if you were in her place. Because trust me, by the end of this one, you'll have chills. Rain was drizzling over the empty highway when a girl in a worn-out denim jacket stopped her bike near the gas station. She looked barely 17, thin, with freckled cheeks and eyes that had seen too much for her age. Her jacket was too big for her small frame, the sleeves rolled up, and the color faded from sun and time. Yet, on the back of that old jacket was a bold, stitched patch, one that would silence an entire gang of roaring bikers before the sun went down. It all started on a gray morning in a quiet town where everyone knew everyone, or at least thought they did. Emma had just saved up enough from her part-time job at the diner to buy a second-hand bike. It was small, noisy, and not particularly fast, but to her, it was freedom. Her dad had been a biker once too, before life took him away too soon. That jacket? It was his. The only thing she had left of him besides an old photo and the sound of his laughter echoing in her dreams. She'd ride every morning down the same stretch of road he used to take. The townspeople would stare, some with pity, some with judgment. "That's not a girl's thing," they'd whisper. But Emma didn't care. Riding made her feel close to him. Like he was still there, guiding her hands on the handlebars. One afternoon, she stopped at the highway cafe, the kind of place where rough men in leather jackets parked their massive Harleys. The air smelled like oil and arrogance. As soon as she pulled in, conversation stopped. A dozen pairs of eyes turned to her. "What's this?" A schoolgirl lost her way, one of them laughed, a man with a thick beard and tattoos snaking up his neck. Emma didn't answer. She just filled up her tank quietly, hands trembling slightly. But then, one of them walked up, pointing at her jacket. "Nice jacket, kid," he said mockingly. "Did your boyfriend lend it to you?" Another biker joined in. No, maybe she got it from a thrift store." They all burst out laughing, their laughter echoing across the empty lot. Emma tried to ignore them, but something in her chest burned. Her father had always told her, "People will laugh when they don't understand your fire. Don't let them put it out." So she turned, her voice steady but soft. "It belonged to someone who rode better than all of you." The laughter got louder. The leader, a tall man with cold eyes and a leather vest covered in patches, smirked. "Oh yeah? And who might that be, sweetheart?" Emma didn't answer. She just walked past them, letting the rain hit her face, and got on her bike. That's when one of the bikers noticed something, the patch on the back of her jacket. It wasn't flashy. Just a small, circular patch, faded red and black, with the words, "Iron Hawks, Captain Daniel Cole." Silence fell. The leader's smirk vanished. He stepped closer, disbelief flickering across his face. "No way," he whispered. "Daniel Cole? That's your old man?" Emma turned around slowly, nodding once. He was. The air went still. Every man there knew that name. Daniel Cole, a legend on the road, known for saving two bikers from a highway crash years ago. A man who never rode for ego, only for the love of the road and the people on it. He died in a storm, pulling another rider to safety. These men had all heard the story, some had even been there. The leader swallowed hard. "Kid, your dad was a hero." Emma blinked back tears. He just called it being kind. The same men who had laughed moments ago now stood silently, heads lowered. One by one, they approached her, not to mock her, but to pay respect. The leader took off his leather glove and reached out his hand. "You ever need anything, you come to us. Your dad rode with honor. You've got his spirit." For the first time in a long time, Emma smiled. "Thanks. I'll keep the road warm for him." That day, as she rode away, the gang followed her, not to scare her, but to ride alongside her in silent tribute. Engines roared, tires hummed against the wet pavement, and for a few shining minutes, she wasn't just a teenage girl in an oversized jacket. She was a rider, one of them. The wind hit her face, the sun finally breaking through the clouds. Somewhere above, she liked to think her dad was smiling too. Weeks later, people around town started noticing something new. Whenever Emma pulled up at the diner, a group of rough bikers would always be there too. Not to intimidate her, but to make sure no one ever did again. They called her Little Hawk, after her dad's old biker name, and treated her like one of their own. Emma had found her place, not in trying to fit into the world, but in staying true to who she was. And the jacket? It never came off again. Because it wasn't just leather and stitches, it was courage, love, and legacy. So, next time you see someone being laughed at for what they wear or what they love, remember Emma and her jacket. Sometimes, what looks old or weird carries stories that deserve respect, not ridicule. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more real, powerful stories like this. And tell me in the comments, would you have stood your ground like Emma did?